You sound weak, but it is not anything that cannot be fixed. It is not your fault also. You have grown up surrounded by people who have spoken a certain way. By nature, you have then taken on their habits, their way of speaking. It is not impossible to reverse what you have been taught. In this video, I want to give you 3 specific ways you can improve the way you sound, to make you sound more powerful and more respected. My name is Tion. I help professionals take back control of their career using effective communication. If you would like to work with me one-to-one, click the link in the description and me or my team will reach out to you. You can say the exact same words as somebody else, but if you say it in a weak tone and the other person says it in a strong and confident tone, who do you think people would pay attention to more? You or the other person? This has happened in all of our lives before. We can think of situations, if it's happened to ourselves or to other people, in where we've heard 2 people say something very similar, but they've just communicated it in completely different ways. And one of the things that makes you sound weaker than you actually are is nothing to do with your voice, but it is everything to do with your shoulders. And you're probably thinking, what? Shoulders? How does that even make any sense? Your shoulders. One of the most important distances you have never been taught is the distance between your ears, and your shoulders. The longer the distance between these 2 body parts, the more confident you are. Let's take an example. In this video, for the next 20 seconds, I'm going to shorten the distance between my ears and my shoulders. And now I'm speaking like this, and I'm speaking like this for the remainder of the video. And if I'm not, don't click off. You would click off because you're like, what is this person doing? I'm not taking any advice from this person. He's so uncomfortable. He looks like he's so constrained. Now, let me gently, gradually elongate my back, my spine and my shoulders, and let me truly elongate and exaggerate the difference between my shoulders and my ears. The longer the distance, the more confident you feel and you're perceived. The reason why this is because when we shorten the distance, naturally, our shoulders then proceed to cover our neck. Whenever you see somebody in this hunched position, it is a subconscious thing. It is their body, their brain, saying to themselves, we don't feel comfortable in this situation. Let's shell up and protect our vital organs. It's also combined probably with the arms crossed. Let's protect our neck. Let's protect our torso, our heart, our stomach. Let's close off. As opposed to stretching out your body, to opening out your torso and your shoulders, everything is exposed, but this signifies to yourself and to other people, I am comfortable in this situation. Nobody is coming to hurt me. I can be open. I can protect myself and the people around me. This is effortless to me. One of the most underrated hidden distances you've never heard about. The distance between your ears and your shoulders. Always try to keep the maximum distance between these 2 body parts. When you do these things, every other cue comes into itself. You naturally elongate your spine more. You naturally walk with your chin slightly up and your head up. Your back is straight. Your shoulders aren't rounded. And this, if we were to sum it up in one movement, it's rounded shoulders. This is what makes you appear and actually sound weaker than you actually are. Rounded shoulders. This is rounded shoulders. They're round as opposed to straight flat shoulders. There's a reason why masculine men are often portrayed in cartoons, the Supermans, etc., with broad, straight shoulders. That is the first reason. Oh wow. Second reason, I've just looked at my notes, and the second reason is a big one. This is a big, big one. You can't make eye contact. This is huge. Huge, huge, huge. No eye contact. Draw some eyes here. As the saying goes, the eyes are the window to the soul. And if you're unable to make solid, confident eye contact, what does this tell others? It tells people that deep down you feel like you don't deserve to even be on their level. Whatever the reason you're not making eye contact is, it could be you're nervous. It could be for that particular reason you just don't feel good about yourself. It can be any reason. The bottom line is always the same. People think that deep down you don't feel like you deserve to be on their level, in their presence. You don't want to intimidate them or offend them, so you just keep your head down or don't make eye contact. A lot of people find it easier to make eye contact when they're listening to people speak. The most effective and confident communicators also make eye contact when they are speaking. Public speakers, politicians, right in their hard-hitting point of the speech. They will pause briefly. They might even look away for the moment, but when it's time to hit you, they look directly into your soul. It's all tactics. And the lack of eye contact does the complete opposite. You might be thinking, Tion, what is an optimal rate for me to make eye contact? Because I don't want to make too much eye contact, but I also don't want to make too little eye contact. A good rule of thumb, I always say, is to number one, do what feels natural. That is for the more emotional, more gut feeling people. If you're more mathematical and you want an actual formula, 70% eye contact, 30% non-eye contact. So in a conversation, 70% of the time make eye contact when you're speaking and listening. 30% of the time break eye contact away, to the side, to the right, up, never down. Don't look down, again, signal of weakness. Lack of eye contact is a big reason why people sound weaker than they actually are. Eye contact signifies weakness. A feeling of you don't deserve. A feeling of nervousness. And one as well is, it actually can be a sign of lying. This is not to say, can be a sign of lying. This is not to say anytime somebody doesn't make eye contact, they are lying. But it is a big telltale sign. It's not concrete, not definite, but it can be a sign. And that should be alarm bells for you. If you're the type of person who is so honest, but for some reason they just can't make eye contact, people might actually think you're lying about things. And how sad is that? You're the most truthful person in the world, but because you just don't make eye contact, your character might be damaged. This should be a big reason as to why you want to make more eye contact, to connect with people more, to hear people more, to understand them more, and to appear less weak. Second is no eye contact. Now we have number 3. And number 3 is an interesting one. We have the hiding of hands. Quick question, hiding of hands. Quick question. When I say the word show business, what image comes to your mind? What facial expression comes to your mind? I did this to myself, and when I said the word show business, this image came to my mind. You know, the dazzling hands, the smiling, the wide eyes. But more specific, in this case, I want to focus on the hands. Showbiz. The reason why showbiz or even demonstrations, when you think of a demonstration, you think of somebody using their hands and guiding your eyes with their hands, etc. It's because the hands are what we pay attention to, actually the most, when somebody is speaking. When we first meet somebody, we are focused on their hands. And there's a main reason for this. When we were less, whatever you want to say, evolved, when we were millions of years ago, we developed the ability to look at somebody's hands because somebody's hands had the ability to help us, to give us food, to help us plant soil, to help us plant a plant. It also has the ability to do the complete opposite and hurt us. Our hands can hold weapons, they can throw things, they can poison, etc. The hands are what we use to interact with the world and the people around us the most, which is why in this day and age, nothing has changed. The hands are what we are drawn towards when people are presenting, when we are in conversation, when people are public speaking. Which is why, if you're somebody who keeps their hands down, imagine for the whole video, I was like this. My hands are now behind my back. And I was just a talking torso, a talking head. Much less engaging. This is because you can't see my hands. You have nothing to move and to pay attention to with. There's nothing to guide you everywhere. I've made it a habit of using my hands, and it's natural. It's natural for me to use my hands in situations, in conversations, in rolling hand gestures, steeple hand gestures, powerful hand gestures, conversational hand gestures. If you're the type of person who keeps your hands down below in your pockets or just below your torso where nobody can see them, you're leaving influence on the table. Start to bring in your hands more, incorporate them more. When somebody is on stage performing or demonstrating something, the hands literally say, "Look at me, I'm here. Follow this." If you don't use your hands, you convey the opposite. You say, "Don't look at me, I'm quiet. I don't take up a lot of space. I'm not important. I have nothing to add," making you sound and appear weaker. If you've noticed something, all of these three things I've talked about are to do with this. A mistake people make, they think that being a good communicator, being charismatic is to do with everybody else around them, outside of them. Let's actually break down what this word confidence means. The root word is confide. Confide actually means to be in yourself. Meaning, the word confidence has nothing to do with everybody else around you. Confidence is all to do with confiding within yourself, knowing within you are enough, knowing you're comfortable and proud of yourself. Meaning, if you watch this video and you're so worried about eye contact, I have to make eye contact with other people, or I have to do this all for other people. Being confident, being a good communicator is all to do with who you are within. Meaning, if you're the type of person who doesn't like to interact with people, you don't have to interact with people to improve your confidence. Do things to improve your confidence. Do hard things, complete projects, develop skills. Practice speaking to people to improve your confidence in speaking situations. All of these things will come naturally, and you will naturally, gradually start to reduce the mistakes in communication that you make. 3 body language habits you make to appear more weaker. Mistakes you make to appear more weaker. Very easy fix. Just do the opposite. Make more eye contact. Use your hands. Keep a big distance between your ears and your shoulders. My name is Tion. I help professionals communicate with authority and confidence to take back control of their career. If you would like help working with me one-to-one, click the link in the description and me or my team will reach out to you.